Democrats are really getting tired of Ilhan Omar.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation.
And they trying to throw her out the party.
I'm so exhausted in trying to ask what any of this, information has led to you finding any criminals that you have indicted.
Don't believe me?
It is really important for people to continuously remember the terror that was the occupation of ICE.
Check out this clip.
A lot of conservatives in particular would say that the rise in Islamophobia is a result not of hate, but of fear, a legitimate fear, they say, of quote-unquote jihadist terrorism, whether it's Fort Hood or San Bernardino or the recent truck attack in New York. What do you say to them?
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country. And so if fear was the driving force of policies to keep America safe, Americans safe inside of this country, we should be profiling, monitoring, and creating policies to fight the radicalization of white men.
Lady, why don't you just get out the Democratic Party? Honestly, start your own movement. All right, let's do the simple math. Probably 69%, I don't know, we could call Jim Gerstein or Jeff Garrett. Roughly 69% of the people going to vote in November, maybe more. Let's do 70 for just round math, are going to be white. Of that, 48%, maybe a little more, are going to be male. So that's roughly, let's just call it 33 1/3% of the entire election. Well, let's just run against them because that's so goddamn smart. All right. So now we're going to have a campaign by the progressive left against white men who vote about a third of everybody that votes in an election. Why don't you, lady, start your own party? And then when it's over, if you want to caucus with the Democrats, fine. We agree with a lot of things that you do. But we don't believe we ought to be running against white men. In fact, we don't think we ought to be running against any gender, any ethnic group, any race, any religion, or anything else. God damn, these people are just helpless. They cannot be helped. There's nothing you can do to help them. They don't want to be helped. And if they had any guts, they'd start their own goddamn political party and get out of ours. I'm sorry.
Yeah, every once in a while, man, like James Carville is somebody that's hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes he misses, but when he nails it, man. So he's talking about Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar went on this rant about white guys, white men. And Carville's like, what? Like, they don't win white men, but if they don't get a large portion of white men, you might as well just cancel the election because it's a wrap. It's like a third of the electorate. She just throw them away because she's upset. Because their majority vote for Republicans. And so that's one of the things I can't say it about. Even the squad. I remember when I thought the squad was trying to do something. Oh, what a bunch of nonsense, fam. And if you had any backbone, Ilhan Omar, I know everyone thinks she's such a maverick and so brave. She'd be calling out white women. White women be voting for Republicans too. They do all that chipping and the chapping and the hipping and the happen. But then they go right over there with their husbands and vote for the Republicans. Now, that's either good or bad depending on how you see the electorate or how you see what side of the aisle you fall on, right? But what I'm saying is, if you're going to have smoke for white men, you got to have smoke for white women. It was white women that put Trump in office. That was the swing vote. Independent white folks voted for Trump. That was the election. Okay, yeah, some black, we did, black men did kind of, we moved 10 digits towards Trump, but that didn't decide the election. In my opinion, based on everything that I've seen, it's basically white women that decided the election. We already, anybody that watches the polling, anybody that watches politics to any certain degree that's serious, that does this for a living, they already knew that white guys were going to break for Republicans. But them few percentage points of white women that broke for Trump again, you can't say they didn't know what they was getting. They broke for Trump again. Democrats never thought they were going to get the white guys. They thought, oh, we're going to get the white woman because what? Because he's trying to take away abortion and access to abortion. And what about the trans kids? What about trans kids? And you know what? The white woman was looking at, I don't want my child transitioning at school. And then y'all trying to lock me up if I don't let them. And I want my pocket to be straight. We need money. The white woman was looking at their money. But remember, once again, 40% of America, 40% of America can't afford a $400 emergency. And you talking about all the immigrants and ICE, and what if she wants to play basketball? You know what, we're going to put a hoop outside on the side of the building, and little Susie can go shoot and take her trans ass out there and shoot all the hoops she wants. We'll take her down to the rec on the weekends. But damn it, we can't be focused on that. We need this paper. And Trump was talking paper, and Connor was talking about some crazy shit. She didn't even have a plan at all. Till it was like 15 minutes before it was time to get elected. She was like, shit, I need to put something on this website. Put something, put something on the website real quick. So I appreciate James Carville. Skeletor came through with some real shit. He said it straight. The Ilhan Omars, you know, man, it's just a distraction from reality. You complaining about people that are lucky to be here. I mean, fam, these people came here under refugee status. America took in some people. Think about what happened here. Think about what happened here, Johnson. Some people came to America without a pot to piss in and no window to throw it out. Refugees. War-torn refugees running from extermination and famine and poverty and terroristic threats. We bring them in this country. Obama did that shit. Obama brought them in. He put them in Minnesota, trying to shore up Minnesota for the Democrats. You don't think Obama did it because he likes Somalis, do you? And how we get repaid as a country? They steal everything that ain't nailed down and send that shit back home. Lavelle Crawford face. Everything, they stole it all and sent it back. Bunch of FUBU suits, right along with a bunch of FUBU suits and do-rags from the 90s. Some SO shirts. Echo Unlimited. So yeah, I like Carville's point, man. And so people have a right to be upset about it. And we got this person complaining, yapping and chipping and chapping and yapping. Now, you know what? There will be a reckoning. Let's keep it going, Johnson. Let's keep it going. Well, I told you we're going to get dangerous tonight. I ain't come here to play with you. I know it's Friday. You be all right. You can hang with me. I know you can hang. Stop acting like you can't hang with me. We going to get him, Johnson. Let's see what's next.